Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. The first rays of morning sunlight filtered through the towering spires of Cinderella's castle, casting a gentle glow across Main Street, USA. The air was crisp with excitement, tinged with the sugary scent of churros and fresh popcorn. Families bustled past, children tugging at parents' hands, eyes wide with anticipation. But in the midst of all this magic, stood two familiar faces, Katherine and Lauren, a dynamic duo whose presence always drew whispers from fans and admirers. Katherine, with her signature effortless charm, adjusted her sunglasses and smiled at Lauren, who was busy examining the map of the park. "All right, Lauren," Katherine said, her voice a mix of excitement and determination. "We've got the castle behind us, Fantasyland to our left, and Tomorrowland to our right. Where do we even start?" Lauren laughed, brushing a loose strand of hair behind her ear. "Katherine, this is Disney. You don't plan Disney, Disney plans you. But I vote we get some photos first. I mean, look at that castle. It's literally the definition of magical." Katherine grinned, pulling out her phone to snap a few quick selfies with the castle in the background. The soft click of the camera echoed around them, capturing the shimmer of the morning light on the castle's iconic turrets. A few nearby tourists paused, recognizing them instantly, and whispered amongst themselves. Katherine waved politely, her smile warm but unassuming. Once the photo session was over, the pair started walking toward the castle's main plaza. Children's laughter and the distant strains of "When You Wish Upon a Star" filled the air, creating a soundtrack that was almost tangible. Katherine turned to Lauren, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "You know, every time I come here, it feels like stepping into another world. I mean, this is childhood dreams come to life." Lauren nodded in agreement, her gaze fixed on the intricate details of the castle's facade. "I know, and it's so easy to forget with everything going on in our lives that places like this exist just to remind us how magical life can be." They reached the castle's entrance where a group of costumed performers were preparing for the day's first show. The familiar melodic voices of Disney characters singing in the background added to the enchantment. Katherine and Lauren paused, taking in the scene. Children's eyes sparkled with wonder, parents tried to capture every moment on camera, and the castle itself seemed to gleam with anticipation. Katherine's phone buzzed. She glanced at it and frowned slightly. "Looks like we've got a few messages from the team about the live stream later." She tucked the phone back into her bag. "But honestly, I don't care right now. This is what matters." Lauren smiled, reaching out to link her arm with Katherine's. "Exactly. Let's enjoy it before the real world catches up with us." The two wandered further into the castle's courtyard, marveling at the details that often go unnoticed. The sparkling windows, the carefully manicured gardens, and the stone pathways that seemed to guide them deeper into a fairy tale. A gentle breeze carried the faint scent of roses from nearby flower beds, and Katherine breathed it in deeply. "I love that Disney pays attention to every little detail. Even the smell feels curated." Lauren laughed softly. "You're not wrong. Everything here is designed to make you feel like you've stepped into another reality." She pointed toward a small fountain shaped like a wishing well. "Come on, let's make a wish. You first." Katherine crouched down, picking up a shiny coin from her bag and tossing it into the well. She closed her eyes for a brief moment, whispering something under her breath, before standing and smiling at Lauren. "Your turn." Lauren tossed her coin with a flourish, watching it sink into the water. "Done. Now we wait for the magic to happen." As they wandered closer to the castle's main stage, a small crowd had begun to gather, waiting for the daily parade. Katherine and Lauren found a spot near the front, careful to stay out of the way, but close enough to feel the energy. The music swelled, and characters in colorful costumes began to march down the street. Mickey and Minnie waved enthusiastically, Donald quacked in delight, and Cinderella herself appeared in her iconic blue gown. Katherine whispered to Lauren, "Look at them. Every smile, every wave, it's like they're giving this magic to everyone watching." Lauren nodded in agreement. "And the best part, we get to soak it in too. No cameras, no schedules, no responsibilities, just us and the magic." After the parade, the two explored the castle's surrounding areas, taking their time to enjoy every ride and attraction. They rode the carousel, laughing as their horses bobbed up and down, the wind whipping through their hair. They ventured into the Mad Tea Party, spinning wildly and giggling until their stomachs hurt. Each moment was a small adventure, A reminder that even in adulthood, it's okay to embrace whimsy and joy. By midday, the sun was high in the sky, casting a golden glow over the park. Catherine suggested they grab a snack, and they found a small bench near the castle where they could rest. Lauren pulled out a pair of churros, offering one to Catherine. "To magical days," she said, raising the churro like a toast. Catherine smiled, taking a bite. "To magical days." They sat in comfortable silence for a few moments, watching children chase each other around the castle and parents capture every moment on camera. The energy was contagious, and even the most mundane moments felt extraordinary. As they finished their snack, Catherine noticed a small stage set up nearby where a Disney musician was performing live. "Let's check that out," she suggested, taking Lauren's hand. They walked over just as the musician began to play a familiar tune from one of their favorite Disney movies. The notes filled the air, intertwining with the laughter and chatter around them, creating a symphony of pure happiness. Lauren swayed gently to the music, her eyes closed, a peaceful smile on her face. Catherine watched her, feeling a warmth in her chest. Moments like this, she thought, remind me why we need to slow down sometimes. Life moves fast, but the magic? That's always here if we look for it. As the song ended, the musician gave a small bow and the audience applauded. Catherine and Lauren lingered, soaking in the final notes of the music. Then, hand in hand, they began to explore the shops around the castle, marveling at the intricate merchandise and themed treats. They bought matching keychains, a small memento of their day together, and laughed as they debated over which magical snacks to try next. Hours passed quickly, and the afternoon sun began to dip toward the horizon. The castle glowed in the golden light, its turrets shining like jewels. Catherine and Lauren stood once more in the plaza, taking in the view. The day had been full of laughter, adventure, and the kind of moments that felt timeless. Lauren turned to Catherine, her eyes reflecting the fading sunlight. "I don't want this day to end." Catherine smiled softly. "Me neither. But the magic doesn't end just because the sun sets. It's in the memories we make, the laughter we share, and the moments we carry with us." They paused, taking a final photo together with Cinderella's castle in the background, a perfect snapshot of a day that felt like a dream. As they walked toward the park's exit, the sounds of fireworks beginning to sparkle in the distance, they knew that this day, this magical escape, would stay with them forever. The night sky over the Magic Kingdom was alive in color, the castle illuminated in brilliant hues of pink, blue, and gold. Catherine and Lauren stood silently for a moment, letting the beauty of the scene wash over them. The world felt large and full of possibility, but here, in this moment, everything was just right. "Same time next year?" Lauren asked with a grin. Catherine laughed softly, linking her arm with hers again. "Absolutely. Magic like this is worth repeating." And with that, the two of them walked out of the castle's shadow, carrying with them the warmth, laughter, and enchantment of a day spent in the heart of Disney. A day that would linger in their hearts long after the park had closed. Because in a place like the Magic Kingdom, even for just a few hours, magic wasn't something you saw, it was something you felt. And Catherine and Lauren, side by side, had felt it in every smile, every laugh, every shimmering moment under the spires of
The sun
Cinderella's
shone brightly
castle.
over the Magic Kingdom, casting a warm glow on the iconic spires of Cinderella's castle. The morning crowds bustled along Main Street, USA, but Catherine and Lauren moved with ease, weaving through excited families and groups of friends, their eyes fixed on the magnificent castle ahead. Catherine adjusted her sunglasses, smiling as she looked at Lauren. "Okay, so we're here. Castle behind us, Fantasyland to the left, Tomorrowland to the right. Now what?" Lauren grinned, unfolding the park map with exaggerated precision. "Honestly, Catherine, Disney doesn't care about plans. We just go with the flow. But first, pictures. We need pictures." Catherine laughed, pulling out her phone. "Agreed. You know the castle is basically calling our names." They posed together, the castle's gleaming spires towering behind them, sunlight catching the ornate details of the turrets. A few nearby visitors recognized them, whispering and pointing. Catherine waved, flashing her signature warm smile, while Lauren gave a playful wink. With photos taken, they wandered toward the castle's courtyard. Children ran past, faces painted with excitement, parents struggling to capture every moment on camera. The faint sound of Disney music filled the air, blending perfectly with laughter and chatter. Katherine paused, taking a deep breath. I don't know how Disney does it, but it always feels like stepping into another world. Lauren nodded, her eyes sweeping over the castle's intricate facade. It's the little details. Everything's so perfectly designed that it's impossible not to feel enchanted. She pointed to a nearby fountain shaped like a wishing well. Come on, wishing time. Katherine crouched, tossing a coin into the water. She closed her eyes, whispering a quiet wish, then stood and smiled at Lauren. Your turn. Lauren tossed her coin with a flourish. Done! Let's hope for double the magic today. They laughed together and continued exploring, following winding pathways that led them past flower beds and carefully sculpted topiaries. The castle's main stage had begun to fill with visitors for the day's first performance. Katherine and Lauren found a spot near the front, careful not to block the view of younger fans. The music swelled, and costumed performers began marching down the street. Mickey and Minnie waved energetically, Donald quacked joyfully, and Cinderella herself appeared, her gown sparkling in the sunlight. Katherine whispered to Lauren, Look at them! Every wave, every smile, it's like they're sharing this magic with everyone around. Lauren smiled, watching the performers. And the best part is, we're part of it too. No schedules, no deadlines, just us and the magic. After the show, they ventured toward the carousel, hopping on their favorite horses and spinning with carefree laughter. The wind whipped through their hair as the carousel circled, and Katherine couldn't stop smiling. I forgot how much fun this is. Lauren laughed, pointing toward the Mad Tea Party ride. Spin again? I dare you. They climbed into the whimsical teacups, spinning faster and faster, laughing until their stomachs ached. Around them, children's giggles mingled with the soft strains of Disney music, creating a soundtrack that felt almost tangible. By midday, the sun had climbed high, casting a golden glow across the park. Katherine suggested a break. Food. Now, my churro craving has reached critical levels. Lauren grinned. Lead the way. They found a shaded bench near the castle, each grabbing a churro and taking a moment to rest. To magical days, Lauren said, holding her snack like a toast. Katherine smiled, biting into hers. To magical days. As they enjoyed their treats, Katherine noticed a small stage nearby, where a musician was tuning his instrument. Let's go check it out, she suggested, taking Lauren's hand. The musician began to play a familiar Disney tune, and the notes danced in the warm afternoon air. Lauren swayed gently to the music, eyes closed, smiling peacefully. Katherine watched her, feeling a wave of contentment. This is what it's all about, she thought. After the music ended, they strolled through the nearby shops, marveling at the merchandise and sampling small treats along the way. They picked out matching keychains, a small memento of their day, and debated over which sweet snack to try next. Laughter bubbled between them, light and easy, as if the castle itself had softened the world outside its gates. Hours passed quickly, and the late afternoon sun cast long shadows across the plaza. Katherine and Lauren stood once more before Cinderella's castle, taking in the full view. The spires glowed in the soft golden light, and the park hummed with energy. Children ran past, waving at characters, while parents tried to capture every smile on camera. Lauren sighed, resting her head on Katherine's shoulder. I don't want this day to end. Katherine smiled, linking her arm with hers. Me neither, but it doesn't have to. The magic isn't just in the park, it's in the memories we make, the laughter we share, and these moments we carry with us. They paused for one final photo together, the castle shimmering behind them. As they walked toward the park's exit, distant fireworks began to sparkle above, painting the sky in brilliant colors. The night air was filled with the faint smell of popcorn and magic, a reminder that Disney's enchantment never truly ends. Same time next year? Lauren asked, grinning. Katherine laughed softly, squeezing her hand. Absolutely. Some magic is too good not to repeat. As they left Cinderella's castle behind, the glow of the park lingered in their hearts. The laughter, the smiles, and the unforgettable moments of the day would stay with them long after the crowds had dispersed. Because at the Magic Kingdom, even for a single afternoon, magic isn't something you just see, it's something you feel.
And Katherine and Lauren, together, had felt it in every shimmering, joyful moment under the spires of Cinderella's castle.